Key differences between accounting standard IAS or IFRS and Ind AS with respect to accounting for effect of changes in foreign exchange rates. So first we'll see the name of the standard, name and number. So name is the effect of changes in foreign exchange rate, AS 11 as per Indian GAAP. In IFRS, the name is the effect of changes in foreign exchange rate, number is IAS 21, and Ind AS number is also same 21, and the name is also same. So name and numbers are same in both IFRS and Ind AS. Then next point is foreign currency is a currency other than the reporting currency, which is the currency in which financial statements are presented. There is no concept of functional currency. Underline. In AS 11 only two currencies are there. Which two currencies? Reporting currency and foreign currency. In AS 11 there are two currencies, reporting currency and foreign currency. इतना याद रहेगा आपको. और इधर क्या याद रखना है? There are three currencies. There are three currencies. Presentation currency, then functional currency and foreign currency. क्या लिखना वहाँ पे? Presentation currency, functional currency and foreign currency. So foreign currency and foreign currency तो दोनों जगह मैच हो गया. Presentation currency is reporting currency. Presentation currency मतलब reporting currency. That is the currency in which the financial statements are presented. Presentation currency. And then what is this functional currency? Functional currency means the currency of the primary economic environment in which the entity operates. Currency of the primary economic environment in which the entity operates. So normally the functional currency is the currency in which most of your sales takes place, cost etc. takes place. Okay, your funds are raised in that currency. For most companies, but not all, the functional currency and presentation currency would be more or less same, but not necessary. So they have taken into account this possibility that your functional currency and presentation currency may be different. So first you will record transaction in functional currency, is it right? And then that is converted into presentation currency. And if the transaction takes place in foreign currency, see the interesting part. So that you will convert into functional currency. And then functional currency will be converted into presentation currency. Is it right? So that becomes a little complicated. Because this standard is IFRS, they take into account global view. Okay, companies operate in different parts of the world. So even though you may be registered in India, most of your revenue and expenses must be incurred in, say, dollar. So dollar becomes your functional currency in that case. Functional currency is the currency of the primary economic environment in which the entity operates. Foreign currency is a currency other than a functional currency. And presentation currency is the currency in which financial statements are presented. Is it right? So functional and presentation currency may be same also. Let's say for India में हमारे लिए rupee may be the functional currency also and rupee may be presentation currency also for those companies which are mostly operating in, say, India. But if you are operating mostly in, say, USA, but you are an Indian company, then maybe your functional currency will become dollar and presentation currency may be rupees. My God. नहीं, इसको हम लोग जरा समरी वर्जन बता देते हैं. What about the treatment of exchange difference? As per AS 11, exchange difference will be recognized in profit and loss account. However, company may follow para 46A, which is an irrevocable option, irreversible option. Under para 46A, if you have a long-term foreign currency monetary item, if you have a long-term foreign currency monetary item which is used to acquire a depreciable capital asset, the exchange difference will be adjusted in the carrying amount of depreciable capital asset. In other cases, it will be adjusted or carried forward in a heading called foreign currency monetary item translation difference account and will be amortized over the entire amount of the loan amount. ये first column. Is it right? This is an option, not compulsion. Once an option is exercised, cannot be reversed. Come to this column now. Exchange difference arising on translation or settlement of foreign currency monetary items are recognized in profit and loss account in which they arise. So prima facie आप देखेंगे IFRS में कोई आपको रियायत नहीं बरती गई है. रियायत यानी no concession. You have to go through profit and loss account. Then exchange difference on monetary item that in substance form part of net investment in a foreign operation are recognized in profit and loss in the period in which they arise in the separate financial statement and in other comprehensive income in the consolidated financial statement. So, और इंडिया में हम लोग क्या करते हैं इस 11 में, if it is net investment in a non-integral foreign operation, if it is a net investment in a non-integral foreign operation, we transfer it to foreign currency translation reserve account till disposal. What about this IND AS 21? तो ये बेचारा थोड़ा सा अभी कंफ्यूजन वाली स्थिति में कि इसके साथ जाऊं या इसके साथ जाऊं. Exchange difference arising on translation or settlement of foreign currency monetary item are generally recognized in profit or loss in which they arise. So generally word underline. However, an entity may exercise an option in respect of unrealized exchange difference arising on long-term monetary asset and long-term monetary liabilities denominated in a foreign currency to be recognized directly in equity. तो यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा ये AS 11 जैसा है. And accumulated in a separate component of equity. The amount so accumulated should be transferred to profit or loss account over the period of maturity of such long-term monetary item in an appropriate manner. So that resembles your treatment like AS 11. Okay. Exchange difference on monetary item that in substance form part of net investment in a foreign operation are recognized in a manner similar to IFRS. In separate statement, P&L account, in consolidated statement, other comprehensive income. Now just one more thing which you may not have noted. In IFRS and in AS 21, there is no concept like integral foreign operation or non-integral foreign operation. There is only foreign operation. Okay, there is only foreign operation. The distinction is made by using of functional currency. The distinction is there made by use of functional currency. Is it right? तो कौन सी करेंसी यूज करती है ज़्यादातर, उसके हिसाब से वहाँ पे फॉरेन ऑपरेशन का डिस्टिंक्शन किया गया है. देन वन मोर बिग डिफरेंस इज देयर. ओके. देन ट्रांसलेशन ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट टू रिपोर्टिंग करेंसी ऑफ द पेरेंट और इन्वेस्टी डिपेंड्स ऑन द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ दैट ऑपरेशन एज इंटीग्रल और नॉन इंटीग्रल. ये जो हमने आज डिस्कस किया डिटेल में, अगर इंटीग्रल ऑपरेशन है you follow the same rule which you apply for the reporting company. If it is a non-integral operation, then all assets, liabilities item are translated at closing rate. Okay. In case of integral operation, the exchange difference goes through P&L account. In case of non-integral operation, the exchange difference is accumulated in foreign currency translation reserve and is recycled to profit and loss account on disposal. In case of partial disposal, it is partly recognized in profit and loss account. तो घर जाके पढ़ देना, ये लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे. तो ये तो मैंने आज आपको बता ही दिया ना, वापस पढ़ दूँ? नहीं, फिर आप बोलेंगे बहुत बड़ा हो गया ना. Assets and liabilities should be translated from functional currency to presentation currency. Is it right? अब यहाँ पे देखो 3 लेवल ऑफ ट्रांसलेशन हो सकता है. पहले फॉरेन करेंसी टू फंक्शनल में, फिर फंक्शनल से प्रेजेंटेशन करेंसी में. तो अगर आपकी एक सब्सिडरी मान लो यूएस में, लेकिन उसका ट्रांजैक्शन मैक्सिमम होता है यूरो में, तो पहले यूरो से वो डॉलर में कन्वर्ट होगा और फिर डॉलर से आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन करेंसी अगर रुपीज़ है तो रुपी में कन्वर्ट होगा. ओके, सो एसेट्स एंड लायबिलिटीज शुड बी ट्रांसलेटेड फ्रॉम फंक्शनल करेंसी टू प्रेजेंटेशन करेंसी एट द क्लोजिंग रेट. अंडरलाइन, एट द क्लोजिंग रेट एट द डेट ऑफ स्टेटमेंट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन. फंक्शनल टू प्रेजेंटेशन करेंसी के लिए कौन सा रेट यूज करना है? क्लोजिंग रेट. फंक्शनल टू प्रेजेंट करेंसी के लिए क्लोजिंग रेट. इनकम एंड एक्सपेंस एट एक्चुअल और एवरेज रेट फॉर द पीरियड, बाकी सब सेम है. एक्सचेंज डिफरेंस आर रिकॉग्नाइज्ड इन अदर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इनकम and recycle to profit and loss account on disposal of operation. Now underline next line which is different. Treatment for disposal depends on whether control is lost or not. Now very interesting point is, अगर इंडिया में आपका proportionate dilution किया तो proportionate amount ट्रांसफ़र करेंगे. यहाँ पे अमाउंट वो जो अदर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इनकम में है वहाँ से पिन अकाउंट में ट्रांसफ़र करेंगे या नहीं करेंगे, डिपेंड करता है कि कंट्रोल है या कंट्रोल नहीं है. अगर कंट्रोल छूट गया, इफ़ यू आर नो लॉन्गर कंट्रोलिंग दैट अदर सब्सिडियरी, देन irrespective of the amount of share transferred, share sold, the entire balance will be transferred to profit and loss account. तो डिफरेंस समझ में आया? सब्सिडरी में अगर इंडिया में आपने 100 में से सपोज 10 शेयर बेचा तो 10% अमाउंट आप ट्रांसफ़र करेंगे पीएनएल अकाउंट में, एफसीटीआर से पीएनएल अकाउंट में. लेकिन अगर इस स्टैंडर्ड में अगर आपने शेयर बेचा, कंट्रोल आपके पास ही है तो कुछ भी ट्रांसफ़र नहीं करना, और कंट्रोल चला गया तो पूरा ट्रांसफ़र करना इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द परसेंटेज. ओके, thus if control is lost, the entire exchange difference recognized in other comprehensive income and accumulated in equity is reclassified from equity to profit and loss account. तो यहाँ पे कंट्रोल टेस्ट अप्लाई करना आपको. कंट्रोल है तो आपको उसी अकाउंट में रहने देना है, और कंट्रोल छूट गया तो पूरा अमाउंट ट्रांसफ़र करना. फिर परसेंटेज ऑफ ये नहीं देखना आपको कितना परसेंट ट्रांसफ़र किया. दूसरा है डेरिवेटिव की एंट्री. तो डेरिवेटिव इज नो लॉन्गर कवर्ड बाय IFRS 21 और Ind AS 21. द रीजन बीइंग द एंटायर डेरिवेटिव अकाउंटिंग इज डन अंडर, वी हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड दैट, IFRS 9, दैट इज फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट. IFRS 9 का है फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट. तो डेरिवेटिव के लिए अभी Ind AS में और IFRS में एक पूरा अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड ही अलग से है, फाइनेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट. इंडिया में अभी भी दो स्टैंडर्ड इसमें डील कर रहा है इंडियन गैप में. एक AS 11 डीलिंग विथ फॉरवर्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, AS 30 डीलिंग विथ डेरिवेटिव. तो जो कंपनी AS 30 फॉलो करेगी वो AS 11 फॉलो नहीं करेगी. जो कंपनी AS 30 फॉलो नहीं कर रही है दे विल फॉलो AS 11 फॉर फॉरवर्ड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स. इज इट राइट? So that is one thing. And then this one, forward contracts not intended for trading or speculation purpose. It is covered by AS 11. जिसके 3 रूल हमने आज देख लिए हैं. 3 रूल वापस बता दिया जाए या पढ़ लेंगे? पढ़ लेंगे. Then forward contract is meant for trading or speculation. उसके भी 2-3 नियम हमने आज देखे अभी. It is not covered by the corresponding IAS 21 or Ind AS 21. The reason is forward contracts are covered under the accounting standard on financial instrument, which is IFRS 9 or Ind AS 109 और Ind AS 109. तो वहाँ पर ऐसा इनकन्सिस्टेंसी नहीं कि दो स्टैंडर्ड एक ही चीज़ के साथ डील कर रहे हैं. देन चेंज इन फंक्शनल करेंसी. Obviously in AS 11 there is no concept of functional currency, so there is no question of change in functional currency. Is it right? But you can change from integral to non-integral operation and from non-integral operation to integral operation. In case of IAS 21 and Ind AS 21, change in functional currency is applied prospectively. हो सकता है कि पहले आपका सारा ट्रांजैक्शन यूरो में होता था, अभी यूरो से शिफ्ट होकर पाउंड में हो गया, तो आपकी फंक्शनल करेंसी चेंज हो सकती है. इज इट राइट? तो उस केस में आपको वापस फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट कौन सी करेंसी में बनाना पड़ेगा? अभी द रिवाइज फंक्शनल करेंसी में प्रोस्पेक्टिवली. prospectively. Okay, now we'll continue tomorrow. So